let's get started on this DIY. Obviously, the first thing we're gonna need for a fur ottoman is a ottoman. I got this one from Target clearly a long time ago, but college season, they are everywhere. I'm gonna put my tennis shoes in there. It's gonna fit perfect. This one is clearly disgusting. It has a coffee stain, paint stains. It's just disgusting, and that's why we're gonna cover it with fur and give it a whole new makeover. This DIY barely requires any tools. All you'll need is a staple gun, scissors, and then a measuring tape, and then of course our fur or any material you want to use. This DIY can be used for any material. I got this from Joann Fabrics. There is always coupons for Joann, which is fabulous. We are going to work on the top first. The first thing you'll want to do is measure it across and then flip it over, sorry, hard to do one-handed, and measure just a little bit extra. That's going to be where we're going to be stapling it so you don't see any staples. Once you have marked the fabric, you're just going to go ahead and cut it. I cut it on top of a blanket just because the fur will make a big mess when you cut it. There'll be fur everywhere. So we just want to protect our floors and just go ahead and put something under it and then just finish on cutting. Now for the fun part, I went ahead and laid it down, and then I already went ahead and stapled two sides so that I could show you. I would staple two sides opposite of each other to keep the fabric nice and taut so that you don't have any extra loose fabric. And then with your corners, you're going to want to tuck them like you're folding a present so you don't have extra. And then you'll just go ahead and go straight across stapling. I made sure I got two staples on the outside, one in the middle, and then I did two in between that. And you literally just staple. If you have any extra fur, you can just fold it or cut it. And here is the completed top, all nice and done. What's so great about the fur is it covers all the staples. I'm pointing to where all the staples are right now, and you can't even see it. It's why I prefer using the fur over other fabric. The other fabric, you'll be able to see the staples, but this is the top completed, and now we can go ahead and start on that bottom, which is a little more challenging. See why you clearly need something under it. I have made a huge fur mess, but anyway, these are all individually cut out sides, so just like the top, you're going to measure out the sides. I did that to protect the bottom, and then literally you're just folding it over on each side and stapling them. You can see where I stapled on the bottom. It kind of keeps the bottom clean, but then of course the sides need to connect somehow because we don't want this extra flap of fabric. So what we do is just take the fabric and fold it over so that we are creating a nice edge and corner, and then we will just staple it down. But what I like to do is separate the fur and put the staple right on the material. That way once you've stapled it, the fur is going to cover that so that you can't ever see that it was even stapled. And you can see I did that right there, and it's hard. You would have to really search to see the staples. There's one right there. You can't even tell, which is why it's so great. I'm not gonna be able to show you an example of this because it is too hard to use the staple gun one-handed, unfortunately. After assembling all the sides, you are all done. And then here is the finished product. I love the way it turned out, way better than that green ottoman that I had before. I've got all my little exercise shoes in there, and I think this was a great DIY. Comment below if you tried it and you loved it too. Thanks so much for watching.